Okay, which one is for weather? Why do I have two radios? Okay, is this one even legal right now? Why am I breathing so loud? Copy. Channel 7, NOAA, NATO, Costco. Hello? Okay, so don't be that guy. This is comms for normal people. Today, I'm gonna walk you through how to actually use a radio to get information, to get in touch with people, and so you don't have to freak out if things go sideways. And this is how it starts. Your phone's technically alive, but not helpful. If your whole emergency plan is, I'll just Google it, you're gonna be in for a rude awakening. This is the radio millions of people buy for just in case. And then they never learn it because as soon as they turn it on, they think that it's so complicated. It's not. So let's get into it. This is the Baofeng UV5R. Cheap, everywhere, and bought by a ridiculous number of people as a just in case type of tool. Problem is, most people never get past turning it on. First thing you need to understand is this. VFO mode is frequency mode, and MR mode is memory mode. Out of the box, one of the easiest, most useful things you can do is scan. Hold the scan function, then let the radio start walking through the frequencies. And now you're at least letting it search instead of blindly poking around buttons like a caveman. If it lands on activity, it'll stop there and let you hear what's coming through. Squelch, is basically your radio's tolerance for static. AB just switches which line on the display you're controlling. That's it. Top line, bottom line. Not tactical, not mysterious. So stock, out of the box, this thing can do a few useful things. You can turn it on, you can scan, you can listen, and you can start to learn the layout. But that's also why people buy this and then they throw it into a drawer and forget about it. Because ultimately it turns into more of a project than a tool. So let's fix that. And physically, this thing's pretty simple. Screen and keypad up front. Side buttons over here, mic and accessory connection on the side, nothing fancy. Now if you really want this thing to be useful, you need to program it. And it's really not that hard. So you just need to get CHIRP software. And that's basically a $20 cord from Amazon and a computer you can download the program to. So essentially you're just coming up with a list of channels you want to listen to on the computer, and then you're going to transfer them over to your radio so that you can just scan through that list rather than having to manually punch it in or to search for it. Pretty simple, pretty easy, and will make your life a whole lot better in an emergency. All right, if you actually want this thing to be useful, this is the move. You got to program it, and it's not that hard. The easiest way to do this is with CHIRP, which is an online software that's free. Basically, what turns this from random button chaos into something that actually makes sense. So first, I'm grabbing the software. I search for CHIRP, I go to the site, I head to the downloads, and install the latest version for my Mac. Once it's open, CHIRP gives you two basic options. Open a file or download from a radio. We're downloading from the radio first, and that part matters. Now, I grab the program cable. Since I'm on a Mac with USB-C only, I need an adapter first. Adapter goes on the computer, cable goes into the adapter, and the other end goes into the Baofeng, boom. Now, turn the radio on, volume up, and now CHIRP can actually talk to it. From here, I select the correct port, choose the radio model, UV5R, confirm the prompt, and then CHIRP starts pulling the existing data from my radio, so what was already on there. And this is the part people skip when they shouldn't. Always download from the radio first. Don't just start freelancing. Read what's already on the radio, then work from that. Once it loads, it comes up in the spreadsheet style layout. This is where everything starts getting easier, because now you can actually see what's going on instead of trying to fight the keypad. Before I touch anything, I save a copy of the factory settings. That way, if I mess anything up or just want to return to its stock later, I've got the original setup right there. That's your baseline. Now you're not guessing anymore. Now you're working from a clean starting point. Okay, quick reality check. Listening is one thing. Transmitting is another. FRS, GMSR, ham, those are all different rules. So before you actually start talking to people, you need to get your license. It's literally like $30. There's no excuse. You don't want to catch yourself transmitting and catching a case for no reason. Get licensed. Now that I've got the factory file saved, I can actually start building a setup that makes sense for me. This is the whole point of programming the radio. Not to make it look cool, but to make it easy for when I actually need to use it. So I start putting together a small list of channels and frequencies I Googled. First, NOAA weather frequencies. Those are obvious. Fast access to weather and emergency broadcast. Then I add a couple more frequencies I want in the radio, including simplex and a couple other channels I want easy access to all in one place. Once the channel looks good, I go back up to the radio menu and upload everything back into the Baofeng. Super easy. Click OK, let it run, and now the radio is taking the new program in. That's it. Super simple. And that's literally the difference between owning a Baofeng and actually setting up a tool that can help you in an emergency. Now, once you got your channels programmed, there's a bunch of other settings you can mess with too if you really want to fine tune how your radio behaves. Stuff like transmit power, keypad beeps, screen backlight color, how long the light stays on, voice prompts, etc., keypad lock, etc. So, some of that is useful, some of that is just preference. The point is, once you understand the basics, you can go in and customize how you really want this thing, and it can actually be really cool. When the air gets bad, the first thing I want is information. Blackout, no internet, no easy answers. Now this thing finally starts earning its spot in the drawer. Turn it on, start listening, and figure out what's real before you start making moves. Now this is where the radio really starts making sense. I've got one source telling me there's a fire, and now I want to verify. Listen and fill in the gaps. More information, less guessing. Now test it, because I programmed this thing 6 months ago. Is not a system. Turn it on, check your layout, check your channels, make sure everything's working well. Because the last thing you want is to be in a nasty situation and have to meet your gear for the first time. So stock, this thing is interesting, but programmed, this thing is a freaking tool, man. Now, that's the whole game. Most people buy one of these for fantasy, but what actually matters is knowing how to use it. So, get one, get your license, and program it. Then, test it, because owning gear is not the same as staying ready. So, when your phone stops being useful, this stops being a toy. Stay sharp, stay steady, and like always, stay ready.